Alright, here's the deal. It seems a lot of stuff's been happening since I was gone. Yeah, I got my page deleted. You thought it was over. But I mean, I understand. It's cool. You know, but like I said, kids, got a lot of pages, got a lot of money, got a lot of phones. So no matter what you do, I ain't gonna run to another site. I'm not gonna get all scared and go, hey, give up. Because, see, I got all my vids saved. And I'll put them up, and I'll be up and running just like that. Now, I got another page, and they're all hidden on that page, but I'm not gonna upload a lot of these videos. I'm just gonna review them, and then I'm gonna do them over again because at the time I was being really lazy. But I've noticed, a lot of them needed to be edited. A lot of them had a lot of typos, a lot of errors in the vids, a lot of sound problems. So yeah, I wanted to do it over. I need to do them all over, a lot of them. Well, and plus there's a lot more insight I have now on those things that I touched on, and I need to touch on things that I said I was gonna talk about, but I never did. So yeah, gotta redo a lot of them. Take the swearing out because I know your little technicalities. I know how you guys work. You get mad because I point out your little post office jobs and your, in the ghetto. I know. I understand, man. It's cool. You know, that's how you guys do things. You gotta go back to the ghetto and see how your ignominious life plays out as you wither into death, slowly and painfully, making $10 an hour with 5 kids, 8 guys. I'm not sure what they are. And so, I mean, that's cool. That's your life. That's what you got to do, man. But I mean, I'm not going anywhere. You know. And I don't know. You like your little Willie Lynch letter. You're God, why did you make me black? You getting all mad about that kind of stuff. I understand that, man. But look, I'm not a troll. I just notice what I notice, and then I speak on it. I point it out. That's all I do. And so you can get mad all day. I know the truth hurts. It hurts your feelings. You get mad. You want to yell and scream and eat chicken. I mean, that's cool. That's what you do, man. Black power. I know the white liberals. I don't care. They're like, whatever. But you blacks, you get mad. You get super mad about everything. Whenever someone points out your little dirty laundry, you get mad. And I get this all the time. Why don't you say things to uplift the black community? What is the point of that? All you're gonna do is ignore how horrible your existence is, feel good about yourself for 10, 20 seconds, and go back out and be the same clown that you were 10 seconds before you came in. What's the point of that? It's like these guys that don't have jobs, with records, no education, and they're glad that Obama's in because they think that everything's better when they're just as hated as they were before. Same thing happened with Clinton. You guys aren't doing that hot, and you just want to feel good inside, but on the outside, you're still going nowhere. This is one of the problems I have with that Willie Lynch crap. You see, the Willie Lynch letter is an ignorant document because of the fact that it points out divides that are basically an aggregate across humanity. It points out things that really don't matter, like tall versus short. I mean, that's nonsense. It doesn't touch on real problems that cause the catalysts. It doesn't touch on the catalysts that led to the problems that blacks face now. It doesn't touch on real problems that blacks have with each other and with society at large. It doesn't touch on any of those things, and that's what I don't like. People use it as a point of reference when in reality it's a silly document written in the 70s out of anger by someone who was clearly uneducated. It would be best if someone just rewrite the letter someone who's actually astute and knows what's going on in the black community, because it wasn't even accurate for the 70s. It's just not accurate. Somebody needs to rewrite it or just point out without silly myths and stories. Just point out the problems and then come up with solutions to those problems. And one of the solutions is economic development. No one likes to talk about that. Hates to talk about that. They want to talk about black chicks with white dudes and black dudes with white chicks and all this other nonsense. Why does that matter? I mean, it's just sex sales, and I guess that's still taboo for some reason, even though people have been doing it for like ages. It's still, oh, it's the taboo. Oh my god, you know. Even if you're mixed, it's like, oh my god, he's with a white chick, and your mom's like, why? You know what? Shut up. It's nonsense. So I mean, it would be best if someone just touched on real black problems. Real black problems. You can throw in any little sexy stuff to get to viewers, but just touch on the real black problems and stop focusing on nonsense. Tall versus short and light versus dark are not causing black problems. There are real divides like African versus American black. Those are real divides. Those cause economic problems because those groups sometimes don't like to work together. Blacks with Asians, the friction there. There are a lot of connections that could be made, a lot of resources that could be shared. These communities could benefit from each other. The class divide. There's the kicker. A lot of upper class blacks who've been upper class for a long time. The Asa Randolph, Duke Ellington types that have been middle class since the 30s and 40s and the 20s and all the way back to when they were freemen. Those guys don't like the regular black folk. A lot of racial slurs I've heard came from them, and they're not all mulattoes, they're not all octoroons or whatever the hell you guys call each other. They're regular blacks, darker than I am. And they don't like you. They hate your guts, and you hate them because they're uppity. That's a divide that needs to be fixed. Instead of just the condescending hand-me-downs, there should be real communication. So that instead of looking like fools, instead of guys like Tavis Smiley and Al Sharpton looking like fools, a real black leader can come out, be representing the people, and actually have a black agenda. Actually have a real black agenda, because there isn't one. I watched a little video. President Obama addressing the black agenda. What is the black agenda? What is it? Name me the black agenda. And why weren't you asking Bush about the black agenda? Why weren't you asking Clinton about the black agenda? Why didn't you bring up the black agenda during the Obama campaign? Why didn't you bring it up to Hillary Clinton? Why did you bring up the black? What the hell is the black agenda? What is it? No one knows. Because everyone's divided, and they're divided on different things that aren't silly little social problems that you face at the nightclub, like the Willie letter points out. There needs to be real action taken by blacks who are educated and blacks who are in the ghetto, who know what's going on and are active in their communities. They need to point out real problems instead of going on about this nonsense, because ultimately dwelling in myths just leads to nothingness. It's like reading comics. At the end of the day, it's fiction and it's a waste of your life. Like the Willie letter. Grow up, people, because I ain't going nowhere.